We don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something.
Well, yes, we would love the respect of white folks who've been treating us like shit for over 400 years. We would love respect from all other people of color who wasn't dragged here but came here as immigrants at their own free will. Because when you, my fellow Asians, Hispanics, Middle Easterns, Africans, Pacific Islanders, Caribbeans, when you arrived to this cookout, your plate was already made. Black people already fought for your civil rights. We already fought for fair housing. We already fought for freedom. We fought through Jim Crow and being able to sit at the same damn restaurant as white people. We endured the acid being poured in public pools, the lynchings, the burnings, the drownings. The reason you could get a job or healthcare or an education. Black people fought for it. We didn't start HBCUs because we wanted black universities. They were started because we couldn't get into white universities. And we don't complain when many of your people sit on the sidelines, comfortable and quiet.
Grand rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean. Welcome back to my YouTube space where we speak the truth, we speak power, and we speak freedom for black people globally. Now, today I'm bringing to you something that it's making waves online. I don't know if you have met this, but there's a Latino woman who have finally opened up or has spoke against her own community, and she has exposed some things that we have been suspecting for long as black people. But nobody wanted to talk about this. And she has come out, she has spoke the truth. So she said this, and today, and I'm quoting this, she said this: my community doesn't like black people because they think, or black people think that they owe them something, you know? So family, we need to talk about this. But before I go down deep in that video, before I talk my own sense, I want to play you this clip of this Latino lady. After playing you the clip, I'll play you just 1 or 2 reaction on it, and then I come back with my commentary fully packed, because that was something. Let's watch this one.
Now that I have addressed the racism within my own community, let's talk about the anti-blackness that exists within the Latin American communities. So I wanted to take my time before I made this video. I knew it was coming, but I had to go out in the field and ask my people what's going on. So this is what I concluded. When I went to go talk to them, they said that we don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something. I want to make 2 things clear. First, I want to start off by saying that when we say things like this, we are following the same agenda that we are fighting against. We are fighting against white supremacy and racism. Those ideas that, that we have, the way we think, the way we are taught to fear African Americans, that is the same thing that we are fighting against. It's no different. When we choose to speak like this and participate in these stereotypes, we are no better than the people we are fighting against. And that is a point I want to make very clear to the people within my community, that you guys sound ignorant. We need to figure it out. Where do you truly stand with this? Because people are right. You can't ask African Americans for help when this is in the real world. That is how they are treated. My second point: reparations are owed to the African American community. Without them, we would not be able to vote. We would not be able to go to the same schools. We would not be able to sit wherever we want. Let's not forget. They have been fighting for a very long time, since they came here. And us not acknowledging, I know I don't feel that as a country we have paid the respect that they owe. They really do. We owe them everything. It's because of greats. They're great people. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., the Black Panthers, they paved the way for us. They are the blueprint. And for us to go and participate in the same mentality that we are fighting against, it's just horrible. And it's wrong. If we don't fix this type of mentality and check our people, We are no better than the people we are up against. I want you to know that ignorance is our greatest enemy. So please do not allow yourself to be blinded by hate. I love and respect everybody, and I just want to say that if there's more people in the Latin community who are with me, I need y'all to say something. I need y'all to join the fight with me, because I can't be the only one. Let's talk about the anti-blackness that exists within the Latin American communities. When I went to go talk to them, they said that we don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something.
Well, contrary to their belief, we love y'all, and black people don't feel like you owe us anything, except common decency and the same respect we give to the Hispanic and Asian community. We know how you talk about us. Why you with that black guy? Your kids are gonna be dark. Don't let that beg in my house. We see the hate, but we don't share that same hate for you. Hell, we don't even hate white people. We just don't fuck with racists. If you ask most black people what they want, they'll just say equality and to be left alone. But even when we're minding our own business, we start our own banks, we get our own neighborhoods, we build our own cities, the good old boys come and burn it down. This was Tulsa, this was Rosewood, this was Wilmington. They did it in Chicago. We had to make special books just to drive through our own country. So where can we go for peace? Gone over to Africa. They came to Africa, scooped us up, and brought us here. The large influx of Asians arrived here in the 1800s, Hispanics early 1900s, Polish 1870, Irish 1845, German 1820s, the rest of the world 1800s. Black people been here centuries before any of these groups. And we've been on the front lines of every single war, fighting for a country where every other group hates us. Many Asians and Hispanics move through this country unbothered because they think, because their skin is closer to white, that they have the same privilege and can treat black people the same way white people do. And this is why 40% of the Asian vote and half of the Hispanic vote went to the orange man. But the Hispanic community, you're learning very quickly, and they'll invade Chinatown and Koreatown and Little Japan next. And then you'll see why you perpetuate your anti-blackness, that they hate you just as much as us. As an enabled body adult, it is your choice to have a lack of education to keep you in this ignorance of this all blacks are bad mindset. If you're taught that Malcolm X was just a writer and MLK was just a pastor and slavery wasn't that bad, how could you truly understand the black experience? And now they're banning black education from our schools. Does this not scream 1933? When Black Lives Matter happened back in 2020, there were thousands of people jumping on social media talking about, oh my God, how come no one ever told me about Emmett Till? How come no one ever told me about the Tuskegee Airmen or Henrietta Lacks? That's just American history to us. Once you take the time to learn about the impact that black people had on this country and the world as a whole, your viewpoint on black people will be totally different. If the media constantly told the world that the entire Hispanic experience was this photo, or the entire white experience was school shooters and serial killers, that would be fucked up, right? Well, that's how they've been doing black people for decades. That's not our history. But we're forced to learn about white history, which is mostly wars and seasoned land and racism. Shit, we're about to go to war right now. You can't even become a citizen without learning their history, which is why everybody knows about the Boston Tea Party, the Battle on Bunker Hill, and can sing the Star-Spangled Banner, which ironically is also about war. The rockets' red glare and the bombs are bursting in the air. And can't forget racism. No refuge can save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight and gloom of the grave. Like, damn! They even killed us in the anthem and then gaslight us and call us unpatriotic if we don't want to sing it. So yes, we would love the respect of white folks who've been treating us like shit for over 400 years. We would love respect from all other people of color who wasn't dragged here but came here as immigrants at their own free will. Because when you, my fellow Asians, Hispanics, Middle Easterns, Africans, Pacific Islanders, Caribbeans, when you arrived to this cookout, your plate was already made. Black people already fought for your civil rights. We already fought for fair housing. We already fought for freedom. We fought through Jim Crow and being able to sit at the same damn restaurant as white people. We endured the acid being poured in public pools, the lynchings, the burnings, the drownings. The reason you could get a job or healthcare or an education. Black people fought for it. We didn't start HBCUs because we wanted black universities. They were started because we couldn't get into white universities. And we don't complain when many of your people sit on the sidelines comfortable and quiet. But it is fucked up when you say, why they always protesting and boycotting? All the while, these boycotts are benefiting you too. And now you're realizing it when we sit down and shut the fuck up. It ain't easy when you have to go boots to the ground, is it? Facing a sea of racist cops and ICE officials with shields and guns just itching to use them. Being thrown to the ground and watching your loved ones get round up like animals. It ain't easy seeing your people unjustly thrown in detention centers and your family torn apart. Snatching up babysitters and farmers with no due process. And you lucky it ain't the 60s because they had dogs, ropes, and fire hydrants for us. It ain't easy feeling helpless because the country you love, the country that your people helped build and bled for, hates you. Coming home as a decorated veteran and you have to eat outside or they spit in your food. It ain't easy knowing that you're excluded from the all. When America screams with liberty and justice for all. Well, this has always been the black experience. Always. And that's why when black people see Asians or Hispanics or white people speaking up against the inequalities in America, we always support your views. It's got to be very difficult to step away from a long lineage of hate, knowing that your people, your family, your friends will call you a traitor simply because you fuck with black people. Well, you tell your hating ass family that this country was built on immigrants. So why the fuck are they here?
Welcome back. You have heard the videos, and this lady, this Latino lady, came out and called her own community and tell her people the truth. And I love it, and I respect that lady for that, because it's not all who comes out and speak this bold truth. It's a very bold move, and I respect that. Now, I'll ask this question. What exactly do Black Americans or Latino? And what exactly do Latinos or Black Americans? And where is this narrative coming from? See, when we hear statements like this, we have to ask, who planted that idea to these people? Where did the energy came from of speaking these words? Because I'm telling you right now, Black Americans have never sat on the table, or Black Americans have never sat down saying Latinos owe them anything. Black Americans have been fighting for everybody. We don't call who own us or who we own. We fight the battles that we think it's best for us and for us and for anywhere, for other people. Black Americans are the engines of the world. Black people in general are the first human being in the face of the earth. So for black people fighting for battles that are never even theirs, it is normal. And we don't say that somebody owes us. Starting from civil rights, immigrant politics, justice for all, even when it wasn't directly to the benefit of black people, they fought. Let's talk about immigration policy. It was not directly to Black Americans. Black Americans are not immigrants. But they fought when they saw kids on the cages, when they saw families are being separated. They fought this battle. So let's go historically, a little bit historically here, because I think it's better to back up any of my idea with the history, because history will never be edited. Now, we gotta go to the history, because this Latino versus Black American tension didn't just started maybe on TikTok, on social media, you know. It did not start last year. It started way back. It's something that have been boiling under the surface for decades. Now, where does it come from? When you ask yourself where it came from, we will not cease to mention the white supremacy. White supremacy playing us against each other. Even the lady have said this. The lady have said that we are all fighting the same oppressor. We all fighting the white supremacy. Why do we come against each other? You know, it is called the divide and conquer rule. Divide and conquer rule. The system loves to put minority group against each other. The system loves to put minority group fighting each other. They will sit back and watch Black and Latino community urge. They will sit back and watch Black and Latino community fight and disrespect each other. So, and while the real oppressor watches from a distance, untouched, safe, and comfortable. So we need to ask questions. If, as a Latino, you can say that we don't like Black Americans because Black Americans feel we owe them something, then that is a narrative that is being created. It has been that way since slavery. It has been that way since colonization, since Jim Crow law. It has been that way since segregation. You know, a lot of Latinos in America are immigrants or children of migrants. But Black Americans are descendants of people who built America with their own hands, are the people who built America from scratch, are descendants of enslaved Africans. These are who Black Americans are. Now, different histories, different pains, different struggles, but instead of saying, let's come together, some people in the Latino community are falling for the trap of priority complexes. Some Latino feel like we work hard, that Black people are lazy, and they are working hard. You know, the lie has been circulating for generations. And guess what? Guess who planted this lie? It is the white America. We cannot lie. So, let's be real. Many Latino households teach their kids negative stereotypes about Black Americans. Some of you all knows it's true. And you have been in the rooms. You know this. You have heard the jokes, the slurs, the disrespect. But Black Americans don't sit around raising their kids to hate Latinos. That's the fact. In fact, many Black Americans don't even think about Latinos at all until situations like this pop up online, or until there is something they need to fight for. That's why Black Americans will think of Latinos. So this hate, it's one-sided, I will say that. And the Latina sister who spoke up knows it. He knows it. Now, back to what the lady said. They don't owe Black Americans anything. Latinos don't owe Black Americans anything. Back to what he said. He said that they don't like Black Americans because they feel like Black Americans think Latinos owes them something. But what exactly do they think is owed? Let me help everyone right now. Nobody owes Black Americans anything except America. America owes Black Americans everything. It's America that owes Black Americans reparation. America owes Black Americans land, generation wealth, and justice. Latinos don't owe Black Americans anything. It is true. Latinos don't owe Black Americans anything. Now, because Black Americans never asked for anything from Latinos, what Black Americans did or do except is respect. Respect for the fact that when immigrants, including Latinos, come to America, they walked through the doors that Black people broke open with their blood, their sweat, and their lives. 1964 Civil Rights Act, 1965 Voting Rights Act, immigration reform. Black Americans fought for that for decades, for the justice of America, for the immigrants to enjoy in America. So it's not about owing. It's about respecting the sacrifice of the people who made it possible for Latino to enjoy life in America. So we need to speak the truth. Anti-Blackness in Latino community is deep. Why? Because colonization hit Latino America hard. The Spanish, the Portuguese, the Catholic Church, European whiteness as the standard of beauty, wealth, and intelligence. So that's why you can go to Mexico, Cuba, and you can go to Puerto Rico, Brazil, Colombia, and see Afro-Latinos treated like second-class citizens. It is not just about Latino in America who have the problem with blackness. It is global. Even their own people, they are Afro-Latino, they are being treated otherwise because the white supremacy is global. Now, when we see Latino disrespecting Black Americans online, it is just extension of that sickness. But now, the plot twist is here. There's also millions of Afro-Latinos suffering from this same hate within their own families. So this isn't Black Americans versus Latinos. This is a fight against white supremacy and anti-Blackness that affect us all. It's not about Black Americans alone. Even the Black people in Mexico, the Black people in Cuba, the Black people, they feel the same. Why? We have to give credit where it's due. And that Latina sister, the one who have played your video, who speak out this brave, we have to give him or her flowers, because calling out your own people is hard. You can be cancelled. Calling out your own family is hard. And she's going to be hated, yeah? She's going to be hated. She's going to be attacked. I know that. But she did it because she saw the truth. And once you know the truth, it will set you free. She saw the ignorance. She saw the disrespect. She saw the... and she refused to be silent and see all these things going on. Okay? So more Latinos people need to do the same. They need to come out, because you can't build black and brown unity while secretly disrespecting black Americans in your household and communities, spaces, teaching your kids to be like this, negative stereotypes about black people. So the sister told the truth. And now the question is, will other Latinos follow her example? Will they come out and speak some things like this? Black Americans have always supported others for long. So let's clear this lie up today. Black Americans have always fought for others. When the Latina community was fighting for immigrants' rights, who was out there protesting with them? It was Black Americans. When the Asian community was attacked during COVID, Black Americans showed up. When Palestine got bombed and people protest, you will see Black Americans on the front lines. So, where is this that they owe us something, we owe you something? Where is it coming from? It is not about owing. It's about standing on or standing in solidarity. It's about acting like the mother. It's about acting like, why are we not going, or why we are not going to do, or what we are not going to do is to disrespect or to be disrespected by the same people we stood up for. And that's why right now, Black Americans have said we are not going to protest, because we tried to warn, you never listened to us. You have been disrespecting us. And that's why another black people are not going to protest to help Latinos. So that's why you see on social media, Latinos everywhere complaining, saying, why are Black Americans not helping us? But some Latinos have come out and say that we don't need Black Americans. We need ourselves. They told us, we refuse, so we need to stand by ourselves. Okay? So if Latino don't like Black Americans, they need to explain why. And they need to explain what Black Americans have done to deserve that energy. Because the truth is, it's maybe media brainwashing, and the proximity to whiteness, being near to power. Now, family, I don't want this to be another back and forth online fight. This is not productive. It's not productive. We need to do this. Latino communities need to clean up their homes. Clean up your house. Talk to your aunties, talk to your cousins, your uncles, educate your people about the contribution of Black Americans that have played in your life, or made to the entire American or United States. Schools need to start teaching the true history of Black contribution to immigrant rights or civil rights or labor rights. Latino influencers, the creators, need to speak out, They need to speak up just like the woman did. Silence is violence. That's what you need to know. Silence is violence. And Black Americans, continue to stand tall. Don't beg anyone for friendship or alliance. You have always built alone. And you will continue to do that. And you can do it again and again. Unity must be based on truth, not fake smiles, not fake black and brown unity. So when people are secretly hating behind closed doors, that is fake. So to my Black brothers and sisters, I will say this. Don't be discouraged. Don't be distracted. Don't fall for the bait. The truth is that you are so powerful. You are so powerful. Black Americans are the cultural engine of the world. Your music, your style, your fashion, activism, your leadership, everybody copies you, but few give you credit as Black Americans. So the truth is you are powerful. But it's okay, because your value isn't determined by who likes you. Your value is determined by who you are and what you bring to the table. Okay? Black Americans built America, and now globally, the Black diaspora is rising. Africa is rising. Black people in the Caribbean, they are rising. Afro-Latinos are waking up, and together the world is not ready for this unity. The world is not ready for this unity. So whoever is talking, let them talk. Let them talk. We are going to continue winning regardless. As Black people, we are continuing to win. So let me tell you, if this message hit home, share this video, comment below, and tell me what you think about this video. Okay? Until next episode, peace out.